Good evening, bull ring traders and future bull ring traders. Today's August 16th, 2022. What a day in the stock market. Wants to go up, wants to go down, but what's really going on, right? So let's go over a few things before we start. A lot of news going on, a lot of people are talking about different things. We're going to go down, we're going to crash. This is a bull run. This is a bear rally. So what's really going on? All right. So let's go through some news first. I think it's important that you guys understand how news can affect stocks. For example, we had earnings today with Home Depot, Walmart, and obviously they did well. Their stocks jumped up, right? Has nothing to do with the technical analysis that you're seeing, but definitely news changes things. So, first things everybody's talking about is the Big Short. The Big Short dumps all of his previous stock holdings. So, if you hear commentators or financial advisors on TV, a lot of them are suggesting you go cash. Get your money out because it's going to short. It's going to fall. It's going to dump. Same thing that Michael Burry is saying, except he kept one stock, which is Geo. But anyways, he dumped everything, Google, Apple, everything he had. He just got rid of it. I think it was about $165 million he sold off. So anyways, Michael's in the news. We also have housing market. So is the housing market going down now? Is it staying up? So home builders are saying U.S. is in a housing recession. Then Yahoo Finance says the stock market isn't bothered by a cratering housing market. But you have rents that are skyrocketing. So what's really going on out there, right? So that's the thing that is affecting a lot of traders. They don't know if they want to get in, but then they see the rally, then they want to get in, and eventually they're making bad decisions. And the last thing we have is oil. Okay, oil expert. We're in a long-term structural bull market despite price drop. And I found this interesting out here, but the pullback may be short-lived. One expert caution, and prices could rise again before the end of the year. So news is definitely pushing people in different directions and forcing them to make different decisions with their stocks. So just a few things to think about. We also have the Fed is going to speak tomorrow. There's going to be some notes coming out. We should be able to see if they're going to raise interest rates at 75 basis points or will they go higher. So more to come. But let's go ahead and get into the stocks. Want to show you a few of them. We won't go through all the ones we've gone through, but I think that it's important to look at the following stocks that I'm going to share with you guys. So Tesla, past couple days, let me get my little pointer out here. Past couple days I've been pointing out we had a reversal hammer on the 1 hour. Okay, and sure enough we saw a dip today. If you want to understand when to get in and when to get out of a trade, I have an entry and exit video I can email you. I'll show you where you can send me your email at the end of this video, and I'll share that with you. But if you see this line, this is the 5-day moving average. Okay, this blue one is my 50 EMA, but the 5 is what I use to tell me if the market is bullish or bearish. So if the candles are above the orange line, and I call this Coach's lightning line, my little orange lightning here. So anything above it is considered the market is bullish. When it starts going under, you know it's going bearish. So let me switch this over to the daily so you see a little bit more of what's going on. You can see that Tesla did dip last week, and then now it's starting to make a rally, but today it was selling off. And one of the things that I like to look at before I decide, is this really going to reverse on me? I want to wait if I'm long or short. One of the things that's a good indicator for you is look at the volume. Okay, turn your volume on. You can see today was a red day. A lot of selling off on Tesla. So whenever you want to know what's going on with it, turn on your volume. And you can see they're selling or buying. Now another thing I want to point out is on the weekly, okay, or even on the monthly, same thing. If you see this orange line, it tells you if the market is bearish or bullish. So something to keep in mind when you're looking to enter a trade. Now, I'm going to come over to QQQ because QQQ has just been busting it out. But one of the things I did here is I turned on my area chart. If you have TradingView, it's right up here next to your candles and your indicators. And you can see QQQ is starting to bend down and still bullish, but it looks like it might be turning around, so keep an eye out on that one. And again, we have a few other indicators you should consider, like the RSI. If you see the RSI, it's way at the top. So if you're going to make any entries on QQQ, know that you're entering at the top, and potentially it could start reversing at any time on you. Okay. And if you understand TD sequential like we do at the bull ring, QQQ is on day 5 and potentially might not finish the 9-day cycle, but we'll see. Tomorrow, when the Fed releases their notes, it should be very interesting on a lot of our stocks. Okay, last one is SPX. So we said SPX was in a inverted head and shoulders, and is getting really close to this resistance line here. Same thing down at the bottom with the RSI, way overbought. MACD looks like it wants to turn around, so if I go over to the 1 hour, or even let's do the 4 hour, it started flipping, but then it went up. Then the 1 hour shows me it's starting to turn down, but who knows, you might get a lot of buyers coming in tomorrow. I would not buy anything tomorrow until the Fed speaks. Okay, and I want to show you something a little closer here. SPX is really close to touching that trend line. Okay, so if it comes above here, potentially you're going to see a rally, but remember your RSI is high, so this could fall at any time. So keep an eye out. Be very careful with your entries. Okay. Wanted to share, well, before we do that, let me go back here and I want to show you Apple. Apple is just on a serious bull run, right? So if you understand how to chart, then you know that Apple is being kind of was in a kind of a descending wedge, right? Oops. So finally it broke out. It started going up, and if I measure the move here, and I take this over right at the break, that's where that red line is at, right? So that's kind of the goal of the stock. Once it went down, I knew it's going to get to that point. So what it did is actually going past that point. And again, you look at these RSIs, these stocks are way overbought. So I'll be very interested to see what happens by the end of the week. But something to think about when you're playing any of your stocks. And then I think Apple might be getting close to turning around. Let's check out the area chart. Yeah, you see the area chart? Apple is kind of curling already, like it might make a reversal. So careful with Apple as well. One other thing I wanted to point out, if I have a few folks on my team that understand how to play straddles and strangles. So since Tesla is going to split, we're really not going to get big moves out of Tesla anymore, so it's really not worth playing a straddle. But here you can see that Melly is having some major moves, right? Melly is up and down, so it's almost a perfect stock to play straddles right now. So how do you know, if you're an experienced trader, okay, and how do you know if it's a good stock to play straddles? I'm going to give you a little tip. So you come over here, okay, to your indicators, and you grab an indicator that's called average true range, which is this one here, okay, which I already have it. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and I don't have it. Okay, so I'll come back here and grab it. All right, so if you see the average true range at the bottom here, okay, the last number it was at is about 54, 55. Let me turn on my labels. Okay. Nah. There we go. Okay, so you can see over to the right hand side, the true range is 55. What does that mean? So that means that the stock is averaging every 14 days. This is recalculated, right? Or so every day actually it calculates the last 14 days. So for now, the stock is actually averaging $55 moves per day. Okay. You can see it was higher up here, about 58, and in the past it's been very high, almost what is that, about 80, 81. So a very good stock to use if you want to play straddles. Again, if you want to learn how to do straddles, it's a little bit of a safer options trading. Again, I'll send you, or I'll show you where you can leave me your email, and we can talk about it this weekend in our Sunday class. Okay? So, hope this helps, and I will share some links at the bottom, and I want you guys to consider jumping in with us and learning how to trade the correct way. I'm going to offer you guys 30 free days in the bull ring, and I'll leave you some details in the subscription on what that's going to provide for you. And then another thing is, if you're interested, we also have a swing list that we will be emailing out. So if you sign up, then you'll get that as well. So I hope this helps, and if you found any value in our video today, please do me a favor, hit the like button and then hit the subscribe button. So far everybody's been very supportive, and I appreciate you, and I'm going to wish you a very green day tomorrow. Again, be careful. My advice is I would not get into any entry until the Fed releases their notes. So you guys have a good night, and if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Got one more thing. Here we go. Let me pull this out. And all right. So if you go to bullringtrading.com, okay, go all the way to the bottom of the page, subscribe to emails, put your email in there, and then I'll get your email, and then I can get you hooked up with that entry and exit video, and I can email that to you. And also I'll include you in Sunday's class. It's a live class. You can ask questions. You can bring your list of stocks, and we can go through each one of them. So don't forget that, and then we'll see you guys tomorrow.